let us talk about the breasts. We know that breasts are nothing but these are pair of rounded masses, pair of rounded eminences present in the pectoral region and on the front wall of thorax. Front wall of thorax means breasts are nothing but simply a pair of rounded structures, pair of rounded masses, pair of rounded eminences present in the pectoral region and on the ventral side, on the ventral wall, on the front wall of thorax. We all are known that breasts are present in both sexes, that is male as well as female. But in males, the breasts are undeveloped. Breasts are undeveloped. These are functionless because for the growth of a breast, it requires हार्मोन नेमली इस्ट्रोजन. ब्रेस्टची वाढ होण्यासाठी, ब्रेस्टची ग्रोथ होण्यासाठी इस्ट्रोजन नावाचं हार्मोन आवश्यक असतं आणि इस्ट्रोजन हे फिमेल सेक्स हार्मोन आहे. इस्ट्रोजन इज सिक्रेटेड इन व्हेरी लार्ज अमाउंट इन females and that's why the breast is seen well grown, well developed and functional in females only. In females only. So we have to talk about the breast. Actually, the breasts are seen well developed again in adult women, isn't it? Breasts are seen well developed in adult women, and the growth development of breast, it starts in female after attaining sexual maturity, that is after attaining puberty, means after the age of 12, 13 or 14 years. अर्थात फिमेल्स मध्ये सर्वसाधारण 12, 13, 14 वय वर्षानंतर ब्रेस्टची वाढ ही सुरू होत असते आणि ब्रेस्ट या वेल डेव्हलप्ड आणि लार्ज हे आपल्याला अडल्ट फिमेल्स मध्ये दिसतात. का? कारण आत्ताच मी जसं म्हटलं, for the growth and development of breast, it requires female sex hormone, that is estrogen. So now let us talk about the structure of breast. The breasts, actually I said just now, these are somewhat rounded or oval masses. Each breast near at its middle shows a nipple, and this nipple is surrounded by a dark pink or brown colored area. Dark pink or brown color area means at the base of nipple there is a dark pink or brown color area. It is known as areola. It is known as areola. Actually, the breast, it consists of fatty tissue, that is adipose tissue, connective tissue, and mammary glands. Mammary glands, that is lactiferous glands. Lactiferous glands, name itself indicates. Lactiferous in the sense milk producing glands. So I would like to tell you, in non-pregnant woman, the lactiferous glands are scanty. Scanty means less in number. In pregnant woman, the lactiferous glands are large in number. Now, these lactiferous glands are actually tubulo-alveolar glands. Means what? These lactiferous glands or mammary glands, they show many small such type of alveoli, that is many cyclic structures. In this manner. saccular gland, we can say alveolar or saccular gland. These are the alveoli or sacs of mammary gland, and the ducts of all these alveoli come together, and finally the duct of each lactiferous gland, duct याचा अर्थ नलिका, या ज्या नलिका आहेत या lactiferous glandsच्या that open, of course that ducts are called as the lactiferous ducts, त्यांना lactiferous ducts असं म्हणतात, आणि या lactiferous ducts open on the nipple, या ठिकाणी nipple वर या ducts उघडत असतात by means of small opening. But before opening on the nipple, these lactiferous ducts appear slightly wide. अँपुलावर त्या उघडण्याआधी या lactiferous ducts अशा थोड्याशा wide दिसतात. This swollen region, this wide area shown by the lactiferous ducts is known as ampulla, where the milk is temporarily stored. ज्या ठिकाणी मिल्क हे तात्पुरतं साठवून ठेवलं जातं, and then that milk oozes out through the opening of lactiferous ducts on the nipple. Now I said that the lactiferous glands are responsible for the secretion of milk. The growth and development of these mammary glands, growth and development of these lactiferous glands is under the influence of two female sex hormones, namely progesterone and estrogen. मी असं म्हणत होतो की प्रेग्नंट वुमन मध्ये या लॅक्टिफेरस ग्लँड्स या वेल डेव्हलप्ड असतात, कारण प्रेग्नंट वुमन मध्ये इस्ट्रोजन आणि प्रोजेस्टेरॉन या दोन हार्मोनचं सिक्रिशन जास्त प्रमाणात होत असतं, आणि त्यामुळे प्रेग्नंट वुमन मध्ये मॅमरी ग्लँड्स या वेल डेव्हलप्ड असतात. Now immediately after the birth of baby, immediately after parturition, that is childbirth, याचा अर्थ बाळाचा जन्म झाल्याबरोबर a hormone, namely prolactin hormone, it stimulates the lactiferous glands for the secretion of milk. अर्थात प्रोलॅक्टिन नावाचं एक हार्मोन आहे, ते कोण सिक्रेट करतं ते आपल्याला नंतर शिकायला मिळेल. सध्यापुरता मी एवढंच सांगेल की that prolactin hormone is secreted by pituitary gland present at the base of our brain. आपल्या मेंदूच्या तळाला असणारी पिट्युटरी ग्लँड प्रोलॅक्टिन नावाचा हार्मोन तयार करते, की ज्यामुळे या मॅमरी ग्लँड्स या लॅक्टिफेरस ग्लँड्स मिल्क सिक्रेट करत असतात, and that milk is released outside under the influence of another hormone, namely oxytocin. It means whenever that young baby sucks the nipple, at that time the milk oozes out because of another hormone, namely oxytocin. I would like to tell you that feeding women secrete or release about 1 to 2 liters of milk per day. 1 to 2 liters of milk per day, which is necessary for the nourishment of that newborn baby. That's all about the breast. या ठिकाणी आपण ब्रेस्ट हाही एक टॉपिक की जो ऍक्च्युली सेकंडरी सेक्शुअल कॅरेक्टर मानला जातो तो पूर्ण केला, आणि इथे फिमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव्ह सिस्टीमचा बराच भाग संपला. बट द फिमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव्ह सिस्टीम नॉट गेट completely finished, because still we have to study about the histological structure or internal structure of ovary, about the follicles, about the Graafian follicle, and so many topics. Let us study about the internal structure or histological structure of ovary. By drawing diagram, I am going to explain you all the details related with it. Ovary, that is female gonad, is a solid organ. It means it is not hollow, it is solid organ, and it consists of a compactly arranged connective tissue known as stroma. I am going to repeat again. Ovary, that is female gonad, is a solid organ. It is a solid organ. It is not a hollow. It does not contain any cavity. अर्थात ओव्हरी हे सॉलिड ऑर्गन आहे, ते हॉलो नाहीये, त्याच्यामध्ये कुठलीही पोकळी नाहीये. इट कन्सिस्ट ऑफ कॉम्पॅक्टली अरेंज्ड connective tissue. Here is supposed to be the connective tissue. Here is the connective tissue. This connective tissue is known as stroma. And this stroma, that is connective tissue, compact connective tissue, is wrapped, it is covered by a single layer of, wrapped or covered by means of a single layer of cuboidal epithelial cells. Single layer of cuboidal epithelial cells known as germinal epithelium. Here, with the help of yellow color, I am going to show germinal epithelium. The germinal epithelial cells are cuboidal epithelial cells. In 11th we have studied cuboidal in the sense these are cube-like germinal epithelial cells. And the germinal epithelial cells are diploid in nature, and the germinal epithelium is again followed, or it is again externally covered. It is again externally covered by means of visceral peritoneum. It is again externally covered by visceral peritoneum. Actually, this visceral peritoneum is made up of flat squamous epithelial cells. Okay. Now, the ovary internally consists of two regions. Its peripheral region or outer region, जो कडेचा भाग आहे, peripheral region आहे, this peripheral region is known as cortex or ovarian cortex. And the internal part is known as ovarian medulla or simply medulla. Means we can say that ovary, it shows peripheral ovarian cortex and internal ovarian medulla. The ovarian medulla, this inner part, this ovarian medulla mostly consists of blood vessels. Also consists of lymph vessels and nerve fibers. While the cortex region, it shows so many different structures. Such as it shows the egg tube, that is called flagella, egg nest, then primordial follicles and other developmental stages of follicles. Now all the details we are going to study. Listen carefully. All of you are known that ovary is primarily responsible for the formation of ova. Am I right? Ovary is primarily responsible for the formation of ova. We all are known. Primarily responsible for the formation of ova. Plural form. Ova, singular, ovum. What is ovum? You know, egg cell, female gamete. अर्थात ओव्हरीचं मुख्य काम आहे फिमेल गॅमेट तयार करणं, ओवम तयार करणं, ओवा तयार करणं, एग सेल तयार करणं. And the process of formation of ova is called oogenesis. Oogenesis. The process of formation of ova is called oogenesis. अर्थात oogenesis ची क्रिया या ठिकाणी ओव्हरी मध्ये घडून येत असते. And for that purpose, here in the ovary, in the cortex part of ovary, many developing follicles are seen. Which are those? That I am going to explain you after a few minutes. But I would like to tell you the process of oogenesis. Listen carefully. Process of oogenesis in female starts before the birth of female baby. Before the birth of female baby. Try to understand. याचा अर्थ त्या फिमेल बेबीचा जन्म होण्याआधी, फिमेल बेबीचा जन्म होण्याआधी ती फिमेल बेबी फिटस स्टेट मध्ये असताना आईच्या गर्भाशयामध्ये त्या फिमेल बेबीची वाढ होत असतानाच त्या फिमेल बेबीच्या ओव्हरी मध्ये oogenesisची प्रक्रिया सुरू झालेली असते. सर्वसाधारणपणे आपल्याला माहिती आहे फिटसचा जो काही डेव्हलपमेंटल पिरियड आहे ज्याला आपण प्रेग्नन्सी पिरियड म्हणतो, गॅस्टेशन पिरियड म्हणतो, तो असतो 9 महिन्याचा. आणि त्या फिमेल बेबी मध्ये सर्वसाधारण 12 महिन्याची वाढ झाल्यानंतर immediately after the 12 months of growth it starts oogenesis in the ovary of that female baby before birth. Try to understand. Now what happens? Let me explain you. Initially the germinal epithelial cells, you can see the germinal epithelial cells which are diploid in nature divide, redivide rapidly and mitotically. या जर्मिनल एपिथेलियल सेल्स मायटोसिस या पद्धतीने विभाजन होतं. मायटोसिस आपल्या सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे, इक्वेशनल डिव्हिजन. मायटोटिकली द जर्मिनल एपिथेलियल सेल्स डिवाइड, redivide and forms millions of cells, millions of small cells. That cells are called as oogonia. That small cells are called as the oogonia. त्या पेशींना oogonia असं म्हणतात. And these oogonia extend in the form of small cords. Extend in the form of small cord. In the form of small cord into the ovary. Cord means what? Row, स्तंभ. अर्थात हजारो या oogonia आहेत, हजारो या ज्या ओगोनियल सेल्स आहेत त्यांचा असा स्तंभ, रो, कॉर्ड्स तयार होतात आणि ते कॉर्ड्स या ठिकाणी ओव्हरी मध्ये लोंबकळत असतात. These cords of oogonia, isn't it, are known as egg tube. Egg tube. And at the end of this egg tube, at the end of this cord, a small rounded mass of oogonia is seen. या ठिकाणी ही जी एग ट्यूब मी दाखवलेली आहे, ही जी एग ट्यूब दाखवली आहे, there is a presence of a rounded mass of many oogonia. This rounded mass of oogonia, this rounded mass of oogonia at the end of egg tube is known as egg nest. Known as egg nest. Mind you, egg nest. And from this egg nest it develops the first follicle. It develops the first follicle known as primordial follicle. Primordial follicle. अर्थात या एग नेस्ट पासून प्रायमॉर्डियल फॉलिकल तयार होतात. Now what is primordial follicle? Primordial याचा अर्थ असा होतो की व्हेरी प्रिमिटिव्ह फॉलिकल. व्हेरी प्रिमिटिव्ह, अतिशय सुरुवातीचं फॉलिकल. तर फॉलिकल म्हणजे काय? तर फॉलिकल इज नथिंग बट द मास ऑफ मेनी oogoneal cells. The mass of many oogoneal cells. Actually, this primordial follicle, it encloses a single large cell. Listen carefully. Primordial follicle encloses single large cell known as primary oocyte. Known as primary oocyte. Primary oocyte. it is diploid in nature, and it is the initial developmental stage of ovum. गोंधळून जाऊ नका. ओव्हम याचा अर्थ काय? एग सेल, फिमेल गॅमेट. आणि फिमेल गॅमेटची अगदी सुरुवातीची वाढीची अवस्था आहे प्रायमरी oocyte, आणि हे प्रायमरी oocyte प्रायमॉर्डियल फॉलिकलच्या मध्यभागी प्रेझेंट असतं, अँड इट इज सराउंडेड बाय ओनली अ सिंगल लेयर ऑफ फ्लॅट सेल्स, सिंगल लेयर ऑफ फ्लॅट फॉलिक्युलर सेल्स. या प्रायमरी oocyteच्या आजूबाजूने हा जो एक पेशींचा थर दिसतोय, या पेशींना मी फॉलिक्युलर सेल्स म्हणतो. आणि आता हे जे तुम्हाला स्ट्रक्चर दिसतंय, हे स्ट्रक्चर दुसरं तिसरं काही नसून हे आहे प्रायमॉर्डियल फॉलिकल. नाउ यू मस्ट नो, in the ovary of that fetus about 2 millions of primordial follicles are formed. 2 millions of primordial follicles are formed in the ovary, each ovary 2 millions, and up to the birth of female baby. याचा अर्थ त्या फिमेल बेबीचा जन्म होण्याच्या आधी प्रत्येक ओव्हरी मध्ये असे प्रायमॉर्डियल फॉलिकल्स 2 मिलियन तयार होतात. आणि ॲट द टाइम ऑफ बर्थ ऑफ दॅट फिमेल बेबी, त्या फिमेल बेबीचा जन्म होण्याची वेळ ज्या वेळेला येते तोपर्यंत प्रत्येक ओव्हरी मध्ये फक्त 1 मिलियन प्रायमॉर्डियल फॉलिकल्स शिल्लक राहतात. Only 1 million primordial follicle remains in each ovary, other undergo degeneration. बाकीचे primordial follicles नष्ट होऊन जातात. And at the time of puberty, means around the age of 12 or 13, सर्वसाधारण वय वर्ष 12-13 ला आपल्याला माहिती आहे की फिमेल मध्ये सेक्शुअल मॅच्युरिटी येते, याला आपण प्युबर्टी म्हणतो. मग सर्वसाधारण वय वर्ष 12-13 होईपर्यंत, प्युबर्टी येईपर्यंत, सेक्शुअल मॅच्युरिटी येईपर्यंत, व्हॉट हॅपन्स, द नंबर ऑफ प्रायमॉर्डियल फॉलिकल which were 1 million at the time of birth, that decreases to 40,000. ते फक्त 40,000 शिल्लक राहतात. याचा अर्थ whenever the female attains sexual maturity, whenever female attain puberty, at that time in each ovary there are presence of about 40,000 primordial follicles in each ovary. And then in each month, in each menstrual cycle, अर्थात प्युबर्टी आली, सेक्शुअल मॅच्युरिटी आली की त्या फिमेल मध्ये मासिक पाळी यायला लागते, ज्याला आपण मेन्स्ट्रुअल सायकल म्हणतो. आणि प्रत्येक मेन्स्ट्रुअल सायकल मध्ये out of 2 ovaries, you know there are 2 ovaries, out of 2 ovaries alternately each ovary produces single Graafian follicle. Try to understand. Out of 2 ovaries alternately one ovary produces Graafian follicle, that is mature follicle from primordial follicle. याचा अर्थ मासिक पाळी यायला लागली, एका ओव्हरी मध्ये दर महिन्याला आयदर लेफ्ट और राइट ओव्हरी मध्ये एक प्रायमॉर्डियल फॉलिकलची वाढ होते, डेव्हलपमेंट होते, आणि त्याच्यापासून मॅच्युअर फॉलिकल तयार होतं, त्याला आपण ग्राफियन फॉलिकल म्हणतो. लिसन, लेट मी एक्सप्लेन यू. व्हेन द फिमेल अटेन्स मॅच्युरिटी, प्युबर्टी, अराउंड द एज ऑफ 12 or 13, under the influence of certain hormones, FSH, तुम्हाला पुढे ते येणार आहे, FSH नावाचे हार्मोन आहे, त्याच्या इन्फ्लुएन्समुळे या प्रायमॉर्डियल फॉलिकलचं रूपांतर होतं पुढच्या फॉलिकल मध्ये, पुढच्या डेव्हलपमेंटल स्टेज मध्ये, known as primary follicle. Now this is supposed to be the primary follicle. हे primary follicle आहे. The primary follicle also encloses primary oocyte, centrally placed large cell, that is primary oocyte, and this primary oocyte is surrounded by many layers of cuboidal cells. It is multi-layered. Try to understand. It is multi-layered. हा फरक आपल्याला कळला पाहिजे. हे जे अगदी सुरुवातीचं फॉलिकल होतं ज्याला आपण प्रायमॉर्डियल फॉलिकल म्हणतो, त्या प्रायमॉर्डियल फॉलिकल मध्ये काय आहे, तर प्रायमॉर्डियल फॉलिकल इट शोज सिंगल सेंट्रली प्लेस्ड लार्ज सेल that is primary oocyte surrounded by only a single layer of flat cell, single layer of flat cells. And when the primordial follicle develops into primary follicle, now this primary follicle shows primary oocyte as it is, and it is surrounded by many layers of cuboidal epithelial cells, that is follicular cells. Then this primary follicle it develops into secondary follicle. It enlarges, it grows in its size, secondary follicle. This secondary follicle also consists of many layers of cells, and these many layers of follicular cells is covered by two connective tissue coverings called as the theca externa, theca interna. त्यांच्यावर दोन कनेक्टिव्ह टिश्यूचे आवरण तयार होतात, त्यांना थिका एक्सटर्ना, थिका इंटरना म्हणतात. म्हणजे या ठिकाणी ही डायग्राम कसली काढली आहे, दिस इज द सेकंडरी फॉलिकल, दिस इज सेकंडरी फॉलिकल, हे सेकंडरी फॉलिकल. अँड दिस सेकंडरी फॉलिकल इट फर्दर डेव्हलप्स इनटू अ लार्जेस्ट अँड मॅच्युअर फॉलिकल विथ कॅव्हिटी. सेकंडरी फॉलिकलचं रूपांतर लार्जेस्ट फॉलिकल मध्ये होतं, ज्या फॉलिकल मध्ये कॅव्हिटी तयार होते. आणि हे जे लार्जेस्ट आणि मॅच्युअर फॉलिकल आहे, दिस लार्जेस्ट अँड मॅच्युअर फॉलिकल इज कॉल्ड ॲज ग्राफियन फॉलिकल. ज्याचा आपल्याला स्वतंत्र अभ्यास करायचा आहे, त्याचं स्ट्रक्चर कसं आहे. ग्राफियन फॉलिकल, इट मीन्स यू मस्ट नो that the process of formation of ova, that is oogenesis, it starts in the ovary of female before the birth of that female baby. But at the time of birth in the ovary of that female baby, there are presence of 40,000 primordial follicle, and after attaining maturity, after attaining puberty, around the age of 12 or 13, 12-13 वय वर्ष झाल्यानंतर त्या 40,000 प्रायमॉर्डियल फॉलिकल पैकी दर महिन्याला एक तर लेफ्ट किंवा राईट ओव्हरी मधल्या एका प्रायमॉर्डियल फॉलिकलची डेव्हलपमेंट होऊन प्रायमरी फॉलिकल, त्याचं रूपांतर सेकंडरी, आणि शेवटी मॅच्युअर वेल ग्रोन ग्राफियन फॉलिकल तयार होतं. अँड दिस ग्राफियन फॉलिकल एन्क्लोजेस व्हॉट, primary oocyte. It is the developmental stage of egg. Now this Graafian follicle, it moves slowly near the wall of ovary. हे Graafian follicle ovary च्या wall जवळ येतं. This Graafian follicle burst off, हे Graafian follicle burst होतं, rupture होतं, आणि या ठिकाणाहून हे जे प्रायमरी oocyte आहे, हे प्रायमरी oocyte ovary मधून बाहेर टाकून दिलं जातं. But at this time, this primary oocyte undergoes division to form two cells. या प्रायमरी oocyteचं विभाजन होतं. मियोसिस या पद्धतीने विभाजन होतं. You know meiosis means reduction, division. Chromosomal number reduces to half. Do you remember? This primary oocyte is diploid. Okay? Now it divides meiotically. Primary oocyte divides meiotically to form two cells, unequal cells, smaller and larger, but haploid. Larger cell is called secondary oocyte, and the smaller cell is known as first polar body. First polar body. The process is called ovulation. अर्थात ओव्हरी मधून हे ग्राफियन फॉलिकल बस्ट होऊन आता हे सेकंडरी oocyte ओव्हरी मधून बाहेर शेड आउट झालं, त्याला म्हटलं जातं ओव्ह्युलेशन, शेडिंग ऑफ ओव्हम. ऍक्च्युअली इट इज नॉट ओव्हम, अजून ते खरखुरं ट्रू ओव्हम तयार नाही झालंय. कुठल्या अवस्थेत येते, इट इज इन सेकंडरी oocyte स्टेज. अर्थात या प्रोसेसला ओव्ह्युलेशन असं म्हणतात. द रिमेनिंग पार्ट ऑफ दिस ग्राफियन फॉलिकल the remnant of Graafian follicle now gets converted into another structure called as corpus luteum. Corpus luteum. हे सेकंडरी oocyte बाहेर शेड आउट झाल्यावर ओव्हरी मधून बाहेर टाकल्यावर उरलेला भाग जो आहे ग्राफियन फॉलिकलचा त्याचं रूपांतर होतं एका दुसऱ्या स्ट्रक्चर मध्ये, त्याला कार्पस ल्युटियम असं म्हणतात. या कार्पस ल्युटियमला येलो बॉडी पण म्हणतात. माइंड वेल, कार्पस ल्युटियम इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड येलो बॉडी बिकॉज इट इज येलोइश इन कलर ड्यू टू पिगमेंट ल्युटीन. ल्युटीन नावाचं पिगमेंट त्याच्यामध्ये असतं म्हणून त्याला कार्पस ल्युटियम असं म्हणतात आणि त्याचा कलर येलो असतो. And this corpus luteum is responsible for the secretion of hormone progesterone, which is necessary to maintain pregnancy. Which is necessary to maintain the pregnancy. एवढंच नाही, तर हे जे ग्राफियन फॉलिकलच्या सेल्स आहे त्या पण एक हार्मोन तयार करतात, त्याचं नाव आहे इस्ट्रोजन. हे हळूहळू आपल्याला कळणार आहे. The cells of Graafian follicle secrete estrogen and corpus luteum secrete progesterone necessary to maintain the pregnancy. Pregnancy maintain होण्यासाठी त्या हार्मोनची गरज असते, प्रोजेस्टेरॉन या हार्मोनची गरज असते. आणि समजा त्या फिमेल मध्ये प्रेग्नन्सी नाही मेंटेन झाली तर this corpus luteum it regresses into another structure called as corpus albicans. Corpus luteum चं रूपांतर कार्पस अल्बिकन्स मध्ये होतं की जे कुठलंही हार्मोन तयार करत नाही. और इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड व्हाईट बॉडी. या कार्पस अल्बिकन्सला व्हाईट बॉडी म्हणतात. दिस कार्पस ल्युटियम इज सिक्रेट हार्मोन प्रोजेस्टेरॉन ड्यूरिंग प्रेग्नन्सी अँड हार्मोन रिलॅक्सिंग ऍट द एंड ऑफ प्रेग्नन्सी. म्हणजे ज्या वेळेला डिलिव्हरीची वेळ येते त्यावेळेला हे कार्पस ल्युटियम रिलॅक्सिन नावाचं हार्मोन तयार करतं. सो in this manner the ovary histologically shows such type of so many different structures. Simultaneously I have explained you about the development of different follicles. Now we have to study the structure of Graafian follicle. या Graafian follicle ला आपल्याला बाजूला काढून त्याची रचना बघायची. One point I want to share with you. I said that out of two ovaries alternately each ovary produces only one Graafian follicle during each menstrual cycle. याचा अर्थ फिमेलच्या बॉडीमध्ये जरी दोन ओव्हरीज असल्या तरी एका मेन्स्ट्रुअल सायकलला 28 दिवसाच्या एका मेन्स्ट्रुअल सायकल मध्ये कुठल्या तरी एकाच ओव्हरी मध्ये एकच ग्राफियन फॉलिकल तयार होतं. मग आपण कॅल्क्युलेट केलं पाहिजे. यू जस्ट इमॅजिन, सपोज if there is onset of puberty, you just consider, suppose there is onset of puberty around the age of 13. Puberty means what? Sexual maturity, which is marked by the beginning of MC in female. जर सर्वसाधारण 13व्या वर्षी आपण म्हणूया puberty आली at the age of 13 years, तर एका वर्षामध्ये in 1 year how many Graafian follicles would be formed? Near about 13 Graafian follicles or 13 eggs would be formed. 13 Graafian follicle तयार होती कारण 28 दिवसाचं एक मेन्स्ट्रुअल सायकल, एका मेन्स्ट्रुअल सायकल मध्ये एक ग्राफियन फॉलिकल तयार होणं. मग 365 दिवसांमध्ये सर्वसाधारण आपण म्हणूया की 13 ग्राफियन फॉलिकल आणि 13 एग सेल्स तयार होते. इन मोस्ट ऑफ द फिमेल्स देयर इज अ मेनोपॉज, मीन्स द सीझेशन ऑफ मेन्स्ट्रुअल सायकल अराउंड द एज ऑफ 45. सो द मेन्स्ट्रुअल सायकल ऑकर्स फॉर हाऊ मेनी इयर्स? 32 इयर्स. 32 वर्ष मेन्स्ट्रुअल सायकल येणार. प्रत्येक वर्षाला जर 13 ग्राफियन फॉलिकल तयार होतील याचा अर्थ पूर्ण त्या फिमेलच्या रिप्रोडक्टिव्ह लाईफ मध्ये हाऊ मेनी ग्राफियन फॉलिकल्स और एग सेल्स वुड बी फॉर्म? डेफिनेटली 32 into 13, 426. It means that female, one more thing, during pregnancy the Graafian follicle is not formed. Graafian follicle is not formed during pregnancy, but If there is no pregnancy throughout the reproductive life of female, then in the body of that female about 426 Raphian follicle or egg cells would be formed. Now we have to study here the structure of Graafian follicle. Now let us start the study of structure of Graafian follicle. You know that Graafian follicle is considered as the largest follicle, mature follicle, well-grown follicle, and this follicle is called Graafian follicle because it was studied first of all by a scientist, Reginer de Graaf, R.D. Graaf, and therefore after his name the follicle is named as Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle, it encloses eccentric means not at the center, eccentric developing stage of ovum, eccentric developing stage of ovum, that is primary oocyte. Am I right? Primary oocyte. It is the developing stage of ovum. ओव्हमची डेव्हलपिंग स्टेज प्रायमरी oocyte ही ग्राफियन फॉलिकल मध्ये प्रेझेंट असते. इट इज इसेंट्रिक, इट इज नॉट प्रेझेंट एक्झॅक्टली ॲट द सेंटर, इट इज स्लाइटली अवे फ्रॉम द सेंटर and its primary oocyte is diploid in nature. The plasma membrane or cell membrane of this primary oocyte is called as vitelline membrane or may be called as the oolemma, vitelline membrane. The vitelline membrane is surrounded by a non-cellular jelly-like material. Vitelline membrane is surrounded by a non-cellular gelatinous material. It is known as zona pellucida. Zona pellucida. It is non-cellular. It is not made up of any cell. It is simply made up of gelatinous, jelly-like, viscous material. And look, there is a little space between vitelline membrane and zona pellucida. There is a little space between vitelline membrane and zona pellucida. It is also known as perivitelline space. That space is called perivitelline space. Now, the zona pellucida is surrounded by tall column-like cells. Single layer of tall column-like cells. This layer is known as corona radiata. Corona radiata. Listen. Corona radiata. Corona radiata. Corona, because these cells looks like the corona. It looks like the corona. Corona in the sense we can say the radiating rays. So here these cells looks like the radiating rays. So corona radiata. Corona radiata is further surrounded by few cells from one side only. It is surrounded by few cells from one side. At one side, it is known as discus proligerus. Discus proligerus, or may be called as cumulus oophorus. Cumulus oophorus. Then around this discus proligerus there is a presence of few layers of granular cells. Few layers of granular cells. Granular cells means these cells show presence of granules in its cytoplasm. Granules in its cytoplasm. These layers of granular cells, I said granular cells means the cytoplasm of these cells show presence of granules. These layers of granular cells is known as stratum granulosum. Singular, stratum granulosum. Stratum granulosum. And actually the cells of stratum granulosum here divide and form these cells, that is discus proligerus, cumulus oophorus. Also it is considered corona radiata is also the part of discus proligerus. Finally the stratum granulosum is again externally covered by means of two connective tissue covering. External covering made up of connective tissue. These coverings are called theca. They are called theca, such as internal theca interna and external theca externa. Theca externa. It is believed that the theca interna secretes that hormone estrogen. Now you can see here is a little space, little cavity. This cavity is known as antrum or antral cavity. Antrum or antral cavity. And this antral cavity is filled by means of a fluid. हे जे antrum किंवा antral cavity आहे, that is filled by means of a fluid. This fluid is called as antral fluid. Antral fluid, or it may be called liquor folliculi. Antral fluid or liquor folliculi. That's all about the structure of Graafian follicle. I have already told you it is the largest mature well-grown follicle. So the main function of this Graafian follicle is to protect and nourish the primary oocyte, which is one of the developmental stage of ovum, isn't it? Also it is responsible for the secretion of hormone estrogen. So here we have completed about all the details of female reproductive system and the related topics. Thank you.